No, no, no. Something bad will happen. It is not where it's supposed to be. Put it back. My family's going to die. Put it back. No one is going to die. Someone will get killed. I need to put it back. I know this is irrational. I'm scared. You have to put it back. But I can't control myself. I'm so scared. Don't think about it. Let it be like that. One,
Tap it.
Two. No.
Tap it 3 times.
Why do you think?
1, 2,
Hurry.
3.
No, I shouldn't.
Come on. Come on, tap it.
One,
Stop
two,
working.
Three.
Tap
No.
first.
I shouldn't.
I feel like I really want to do well in the exercise, but it keeps distracting me and I have to read it over and over again. And it got to a point towards the end that I just gave up. I was like, I just need to finish this so I can stop listening. So it really bothered me more than the other ones.
Very hard to concentrate. Even when you're doing a simple worksheet or something simple, it could be as simple as just like having a meal with your friends, and you have this kind of like intrusive thoughts coming in. It's very distracting.
The counting simulations
3 times.
impacted me the most because
2 to 10.
I tend to be very, in a certain way, particular about reading the questions properly. But with the voices that are running through my mind, I cannot really concentrate. But at the same time, also I want to perfect, the question that have been given. So I think in a few instances, I felt that I needed to pause the music, the voices. So I keep tapping 3 times, and I think it got to a point where it was quite comfortable that I kept pressing it. Yeah, so that I can appreciate the silence. Yeah.
I think for me, it was the one regarding harm obsession, the one where the VR. I think it was quite difficult to carry on a conversation or to even talk to someone with such images playing in my mind. I think to me, I'm someone that is very disturbed when I start to see harm that goes around. And I think that's something that I don't treat lightly. And I think for me, that has given me an insight to how people with this disorder, this form of OCD, deal with their lives. And I think it's not easy for them. Yeah.
I thought it was just about things being perfectly alive.
Yeah, I think same for me. Is the common misconception that it's just about being like perfectionist.
I think it would be quite difficult for myself to go about my daily life and have such visuals popping out constantly.
Before the workshop, I didn't know much about OCD. There's someone who works with my mom that has OCD, but her style of OCD is also the tidiness. So I never thought of the intrusive thoughts.
Someone is going to die. Someone will get killed. I need to put it back. I know this is around. I'm scared.
I can't exactly imagine how it feels for a real OCD person that experiences this every single time and they're just trying to live their lives.
I think OCD was treated very lightly by me, so I thought that it was normal to have OCD. Also because people tend to trivialize OCD. Like myself, I tend to trivialize OCD.
It would be like what the video, right, that showed the girl having to check multiple times. I think it would kind of push back our whole daily life, the things that we do, timing and all that. We wouldn't be able to function as how you would.
Be very distracted. It actually raised my heart rate while I was doing it. And that was something different. I didn't expect it.
I think for me, it would just create a lot of chaos in my life, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to function otherwise.
I think for myself, I think as I was watching the videos and going through the blog, the website that depicts the life of someone having OCD, I think I can never imagine going through my day completely. I think I would have stopped by midday, probably because I've been too obsessed with doing the different routines that I religiously follow. I think it's something that I cannot bear. I think it's something that is very repetitive. Yeah, and I think it's not easy. Yeah.
The activities they're doing are very relatable, so I could put myself in their shoes, but then the extremes are insane. So not having OCD, imagining myself going through that situation, I can imagine it would be very hard to cope with, and that seeking help would be the best option.
I treat OCD very lightly. I think as what we went through today also, I think many people have seen OCD as like a joke or something that people treat lightly, in forms of posting on social media saying that I'm OCD. I think I'm not really a person that I would say can relate to that, because I think for me, I think when I see my friends having this compulsion to want to have things done in a more perfect way, I would say that they're having OCD. But I think after today, I realized that I think a term that cannot be used lightly.